Real quick one today, composites of functions when they give you an x value. Composite of function is where you do one function and then put the result inside the other. It's called composites because one follows the other. So we got two functions here. I got f of x here in green is x cubed and g of x is x minus 1. They ask us to find f of g of 6. Or in true math talk, it's like f following g of 6. If f is following g, that means g goes first. So you can see they write it with this cool composite symbol right here, or they also do it with parentheses. And since we're trained to do from inside out, we got to find g of 6 first. I think it's very helpful to like write these things down. So the first thing I got to do is find g of 6. So I'll put 6 in for x, and that would give me 5 back in that case. But then the composite means, okay, since this guy turned out to be 5, I'm going to now find f of 5. So I've got to put 5 in for x right here, and 5 cubed is 125. And that is the final answer. On homework, you will just type in 125. So f of g of 6 is 125. If we do that here, I got to find g of f of negative 2. That means that f goes first because g is following f, so I need to find f of negative 2. And that means I need to put negative 2 in here. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8. You can always punch that stuff into a calculator if you wanted to. So it's kind of like I already have this. I have f of 2 is negative 8. And now I need to find g of negative 8. G of negative 8 minus 1 is negative 9 in that case. And that's the final answer. G of f of negative 2 turns out to be negative 9. And then what we probably haven't done before is composites of itself. So like, see how they want to do f of 2, like using the same function twice. So it's cool. First thing I'll do is find f of 2. So I got to put 2 in there. And f of 2 is 8. And then I've got to find this again, right? So I got to put 8 back into itself, into the f function. So I got to find f of 8, and 8 cubed is 512 in that case. So what a wacky, wacky thing. Same thing with g of 8, to where the first thing you do is you find g of 8. So g of 8 is 8 minus 1, which is 7. And then you've got to do it again. You put that result back into the g function because that's what you're asking you to do, and you get g of 6. I did all of that with actual algebra. You can use your graphing calculator to do these as well when things get crazy. So if f of x equals x squared minus 5x and g of x equals this, what we're going to do is we're going to punch those into our graphing calculator right here. I'm going to let the first guy be y1, so it's x squared minus 5x, and the second guy be y2, 6 minus x cubed. And what we can do is let the table of values do all the work for us. So if I go to second table right here, I'm going to make this large and in charge so people can actually see it. Slide this over a little bit. They want us to find f of g of 3. So the first thing you need is g of 3. And you got to remember which one was which. This was y1 and this is y2 in your calculator. So if I go back to my calculator, I need to find g of 3. Well, if I just kind of find right here where 3 is, it's tough to see my cursor. G of 3 is over here. It's negative 21. And now I need to find f of negative 21. Sorry, I didn't write that right. But I got to really, really move my calculator. I'm using the up button to find f of negative 21. And I got to find it on the blue values right here. And I got 546 back on that. So to see that a little bit better, here I've put the actual, like it's the same two functions both times. So I'm just going to use it. But on this guy, let's try that again. Let's find f of 2. F of 2, well, here's the 2 value right here. F is this blue guy, so f of 2 is negative 6, right? And now I need to find g of negative 6. Well, g of negative 6 is going to be right here. Here's negative 6, and the g is the y2 value, so I'm going to get 222. So this is just me not having to put these numbers into the function. The calculator has done that already. I'm just using the table of values to totally rock that out. So f of 1, the first thing I need is f of 1. So I got to go to 1 on my calculator. That's the x value. What is the result? It's negative 4. And then I need to do that again, f of negative 4, because they had me composite with itself. So f of negative 4, I'm looking at negative 4 for an x value. I need the f result, and I get 36 back. So really kind of weird, but at least the graphing calculator can do all the calculating for you. You just got to know the process of the composites. Let us know if you have any questions. Have a good one.